Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool have just beaten Brighton by 3-1 away from home to open up a commanding 23-point lead at the top of the Premier League that they've already won. Been a fantastic evening here on the channel. Chris has just done player ratings. If you haven't seen that show, you can check that out. The instant match reaction is still to come with both of us having a little bit of a chat through the game. But now it's time for your comments. I'm going to kick things off with Alex, the Maltese Falcon, with the super chat. They're saying great win by the lads. You'll never walk alone. Another handy 3 points. Williams look good for the most part. We are the champions. Thanks so much, Alex, for that. Thanks for dropping the super chat into the comment. Yeah, I agree. I think Nico Williams, I'm sure there'll be people who will single it out because I don't know, some people demand absolute perfection at all times. However, I think for a young lad just starting to make his way in the first team, being asked to play out of position, and particularly, you've got another young lad that he's up against there in Tarek Lamptey, who I think, is playing in a more natural position. He starts to get a run on him. He's obviously got a little bit more pace than him, whatever. I thought Nico did a pretty good job. The one moment I think that stands out from his performance is the block, when it kind of breaks in the middle of the box and it looks like they're about to get a shot on goal and he slides in and gets that in, and that's fantastic defensive instincts there. And again, in terms of supporting the attack, comfortable in possession, again, he obviously opts to go on his right-hand side a lot more, as you'd expect. I mean, look, James Milner plays left-back and does that as well, so it's to be expected, to be perfectly honest. But no, I thought he had a really solid game. But what's telling, and you can see this across the board with Liverpool, is that our best players are our best players. And look, it goes without saying, really, doesn't it? You see Andy Robertson come on. That was probably Robbo's best performance since the restart. The second half performance I thought was really, really good, and he actually got better as the game went on as well. So yeah, plenty of encouragement indeed. Keep your thoughts coming in. Got a super chat here from Jonathan Cook. Doesn't work for all, but suits him. Keita maybe too. He was saying, going to keep saying about Bobby, he's irreplaceable because he doesn't try to prove anything, doesn't have to fight for his place or score the goals. Yeah, I mean, Bobby Firmino, I thought it was another really Bobby Firmino-like performance. His class, his ability to bring people into play. I mean, people can talk about his goal return all they want. I mean, people used to do this with Emile Heskey all the time, but Emile Heskey's job was to be a foil for Michael Owen, and Michael Owen was the guy who grabbed all the headlines. We've actually got two guys who grabbed the headlines in terms of goals, and Firmino facilitates that better than anyone else. And he still manages to bag a fair few goals himself as well, so absolutely fair. And obviously the comment there about Keita, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of other comments to come in about Naby Keita. Because I think it was a really good performance from him. Let's get over to Twitter then. And there was one I just have to highlight from Ben Webb, who just realised that Firmino looks like Rufio from the film Hook with his red hair, and now I can't unsee it. Yeah, Rufio. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more with that. Great spot from Ben Webb. Wavy M10 says top performances from nearly every player. Defence a bit rusty, but will definitely get better for the next few games. My personal favourite was still Firmino. I think the defence rustiness is actually interesting. I think the front line was really rusty against Aston Villa, and now the front line was actually really sharp, really quick. The pressing was fantastic. But I think, again, it was just a bit sloppy and a bit wild from the defenders at times. So Trent Alexander-Arnold hacking at stuff, Gomez, Van Dijk, they were all at it, and it maybe lacked a bit of sharpness and lacked a bit of composure, and it is what it is. Liverpool 1-3-1 to the Premier League champions. I'm going to say that a lot in the coming weeks. Official Dickhead says, falling behind City in the race for the goal difference trophy, Klopp out. It's funny that, isn't it? I must admit, I had a little punt on Liverpool to be the top goal scorers in the league, which was always going to be a bit of an ask. City are going to get that, and they can have that as far as I'm concerned. United States of Scouse at State Reds says Mo Salah back on for the Golden Boot. This team is truly special. Feel fortunate we are able to witness it. Yeah, like Mo had a massive mountain to climb. He was 5 goals behind Jamie Vardy going into the game, and we said on commentary that he's going to have to bag braces and hat-tricks really if he wants to start closing the gap, because Vardy's probably going to continue to score. He'll get a couple of goals in the remaining games at least, you'd imagine. So Salah's going to have to really switch it on, and you could see that real hunger in his performance tonight. Desperate for the goals. And the way the players link up, I've sort of seen a couple of people mention like selfishness or blah, 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 blah. Salah's our main goal scorer. So I don't really buy into that, and he really should have had a hat-trick, and he's a bit unlucky, to be honest. In fact, actually, next comment here, Rome Voice. Salah gets offered enough of chances that he misses by his teammates to be so selfish when they are free. I get that you like to score, but be more like Lewandowski. Don't be afraid to let one go sometimes if you trust in your own ability to create more later. I think in a general sense, I like the notion that it's kind of there, but Salah's got, 7 assists as well this season? Maybe 8? I mean, he creates loads of goals for other people as well. So I don't think we can beat you, Chris. I think this is the point. I think we forget how supremely brilliant Mohamed Salah is sometimes. But I'm going to see if I can get it. I'll see if I can get it up while I'm kind of talking it through. But I want to get this up. I've got the BBC. Actually, the BBC's top goal scorers isn't up to. Oh, it's actually they have updated it. Brilliant. If I can look at that. There's the Premier League top goal scorers. Jamie Vardy, 22 goals, 4 assists. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 20 goals, 2 assists. Salah, 19 goals, 9 assists. I mean, he's literally probably our second highest top assister in the whole team, behind Trent, I'd guess, with 9, probably at a pure guess, an educated guess. So the notion that Salah is a bit selfish, I think it's fair to say that his output says he probably chooses pretty well. Now, you could argue maybe he would have slightly more assists, but it's up to him to find that balance. And we've got to trust in Mo Salah to make those decisions, because Mo Salah's our best player, and he can do what he wants. Even though I must admit there are times when I do get a bit wound up by him, but look at the numbers don't lie. Kalen Geeky, Brighton were excellent, really played well with loads of intent and intensity, but even though Liverpool were okay, it was never going to be enough. Yeah, I really thought Brighton were excellent. They really gave it a game, and I think we're seeing that from the teams we come up against. Palace, nothing to play for. They have had to play for Carlo Ancelotti. They had to play for a bit of pride. They wanted to kind of slow Liverpool down, all of those things. City were playing to put a marker down for next season. Palace were done and dusted. Villa were fighting for their lives to try and stay in the league. And Brighton, although they've got a little bit of a comfort buffer, given the fixtures they've got coming up in the coming weeks, they could very quickly be in danger. So they actually played with a bit of verve and a bit of freedom, and they caused Liverpool problems. So fair credit to them. SC7 really wanted Minamino to get a goal. Yeah, me too. Just didn't quite fall for him. I think he just physically wasn't quite there. I wonder whether he's another one where next season, with a few more games, a few of these little appearances here and there, maybe a bit more bulking up and a bit more understanding over the summer, and there's definitely something there. Classic Bobby Keita's such a baller, and anonymous there is Woking Boy 100 as Keita, his boss. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I was just watching the highlights back again there, and the first half, Naby Keita is all over all the good things Liverpool do. And look, it gets forgotten sometimes because I think we're all frustrated. There's some people who just don't rate Keita and they're wrong. There's some things where you're allowed opinions, and you're allowed opinions on everything, by the way. But there are some times when people just have fucking weird opinions. Naby Keita's a baller. He's absolutely amazing at football, but he needs to just get on the pitch more. And you can see it. You can go and pick the games where he's been able to play for us. He puts in good performances, and not quite a cameo in 60 minutes, but of all the players who are playing for Liverpool right now, we've got our first 11. And outside that, look at the other lads who are trying to break into the side. Oxlade-Chamberlain's fine, but he's not really, he's not going to oust Jordan Henderson anytime soon. Minamino, bit early for him to oust Bobby Firmino, but, he's not there. Nothing from Shaqiri, really, the likes of Dejan Lovren. And you can start to pick out a couple of that, Divock Origi being a good example of it. Naby Keita's the only one for me, really, in that, for whom you're like, yeah. If you could guarantee me, I think if he could guarantee and Klopp could guarantee that he could play 90 minutes every week, I think Keita would play 90 minutes every week. He's class. Virgil van Dijk, Francis Darling, 23 points clear. Could be our year. Could be indeed. I'd get some money on that if I were you. Musso, 77. Wanted Jones to get in. Forgot we had Minamino. Needs confidence boost. Overall, Naby lad had a great game. Salah could have had a hat-trick. He could have done. Amy Briss, Keita was the best player on the pitch for the first hour before he got subbed off. Robbo Mane made a massive difference. Salah stormed for the Golden Boot and deserved the hat-trick. 8 points in 4 games required for 100 points. We can do it. Premier League champions. Yeah, absolutely. Just genuinely fantastic. And you love to see it, really, don't you? Let me just have one more little scout through actually, we've got something here in Invading 97 just saying Breaking Jordan's gone for a scan on his knee. I had a little concern about that. You know, you said the ones look a bit innocuous, and you're really hoping that it's not one of those that sometimes, like knee injuries, bad knee injuries, don't look so bad in the, you know, right there and then, and sometimes they can be a thing. Jordan Henderson, that performance tonight and getting the goal and you know, nearly adding again, he's playing like a potential player of the year for me, and he has been. You know, I don't think he's missed a beat coming back from lockdown. So yeah, I think it's really good addition. You know, to his game to add a goal tonight, and if he misses the rest of the season, that'll be a massive disappointment because we're a much better side with Jordan Henderson than without. Thanks so much to everyone, particularly to all the people who've joined up today and the people who've joined up over the last few weeks to be Redmen TV members. You get access to the custom emotes, which people have been seeing in the comments throughout the live streams. Tier 2 and Tier 3 subscribers on YouTube get access to tomorrow's final word show. We're going to do 60 minutes talking about this game. We're going to have a really, really good time. It's going to be me, Chris, Ben, and it's going to be John Machin, me dad, the king of Redmen TV, back in the studio. So if you want that show, become a Redmen TV member, Tier 2 or Tier 3 right now. But don't go anywhere. Well, I mean, you'll need to switch the stream over, but don't touch that whatever. We're doing instant match reaction. It's me and Chris. We're going to be back in the studio doing a little bit more chat about the game. The link will be in the comments section, and it should be in the description, but if it's not, someone's getting a kick in the bollocks. No sounds from the gallery? No, it's probably fine. I think it is. Join us over there, and yes, do make sure you join up for the Redmen TV membership, and I will see you on the instant match reaction, and if not, on the final word show tomorrow.